How are you doing? This is Martin from Gardens for Life. I'm going to show you Madeira Vine in this video. We've grown it for only 1 year and we have an abundance of tubers. You can eat the tubers, but you best cook them because they're very mucilagenic. And the leaves themselves are really nice. It's a bit like a spinach substitute. And by God, they have produced an abundance of food in only about 1 to 1.5 square meters in our greenhouse. You could possibly plant them outdoors, but in the greenhouse they did really well, and we were eating a lot of the leaves. You can eat them raw, or as a spinach, you cook them, saute them, maybe steam them. Madeira vine, which makes for some really good leaves for eating. It's like spinach, but you can eat it raw as well, as far as we know. We like it anyway. Now, so let's fast forward to mid-December. And you can see a lot of the leaves have actually died back already from the frost. We had a strong enough frost to actually kill things off in our greenhouse here. As you can see, we still don't have doors in the greenhouse, but we'll get there eventually. This greenhouse has served its purpose very well this year for the time being. You can see some of those leaves are still quite good and they're perfectly edible still. You can see here. It also is actually grown as an ornamental in many countries in the world because of its heart-shaped leaves, and it's quite nice. There is some flowers here. Look, just a very few little flowers, probably because we planted them a little late in the year. But here are the tubers in the bottom, and you can see here. If you just this is only very loose soil and compost, but as you can see, you can already see them here. I'm going to dig up a couple of them. There's actually 5 or 6 plants here, 6 plants actually, and we'll see how much we get out of them. I don't think it's worth keeping these ones on this side here, because as you can see the leaves have died back already, so the other ones, we'll keep those still. They're probably still producing tubers. Alright, so rule number 1, always get a tray or 2. Sometimes I forget, and a set of tears. So we'll just cut these off here. They're probably not worth keeping now, these couple of leaves here. Take the old leaves away, and we can try and kind of just dig around it. It's like a big ball of tubers. Let's see. Not bad, and it was, geez, look at that. That's amazing. I didn't expect that now. I've never actually dug up one of these in one piece, and you can see it has grown into a huge clump of tubers. Well worth it, very productive, probably a couple of kilos in it, and we put that in a tray. As you can see, we didn't give them a huge amount of support, only about to 1.5 meters, 2 meters, and they would have probably grown up much taller, and it's fine. You can just they're very productive, and the tops simply bend down and still produce more leaves for you. Alright, so here's the one from the last go. Let's see here what size of tuber we can, or cluster of tubers I should say, we can expect here. Hopefully something similar in size. We could just cut back the vines on the top. Oh, there's another one beside that one actually. What we should do is try and, you don't really have to remove the sticks. You can just, don't even need gloves or tools to do this, and try and just get underneath the plant or the tuber and just shake it. Shake all the dust off it. Oh, it's a little bit smaller, but I'm still very happy with it. It's a huge amount of food grown in 1 square meter. I'm going to try and take up this one here too, might as well, while we're at it. Alright, let's try and take this one up. Bear in mind, these are actually the plants that were planted on the north side of this standing of Madeira vines. But so I expect maybe the other side to be even more productive than this. But holy mother, check it out, how much production you get. This is only 3 out of about 6 or 7 plants, and check it out, amazing production. I won't even bother digging up the rest of them for the moment. So in order to propagate this plant, you simply snip off a few little bits of these tubers. That's what we started off with, just 5 or 6 bits like that. And only about in March or April we put them into pots, and then we planted them out here in May in our greenhouse, or maybe even at the end of May, at the start of June. But you can see the plants are still extremely productive over a period of about 5 or 6 months until the first hard frost kills off the leaves. And in order to store them, same way as all the other tubers, simply put them into a crate or into a bucket, cover them with potting compost, make sure they're dry, and put them in a shed that's frost free and where they don't get any sunlight. And that's it, and they'll be fine there for a few months anyway, until you're ready to start them off early in the greenhouse in March or April, or you can plant them out directly, same as a lot of the other tubers. Some of them we don't even bother starting them off in the greenhouse early, although it is much more productive, especially for all of the frost sensitive plants, because if you give them a month or 2 of a head start, same as pumpkin plants for example, you get much more production, maybe even double. So it's worth doing. Take a look at the level of production of only 3 plants, and that's probably about 5 or 6 kilos worth of tubers in that. And we're going to try and see if we roast them. Let's see how they taste. Can't wait to try them. Although they are meant to be mucilaginous, so you're supposed to cook them quite well, and then that goes away. But I like the leaves. If the tubers taste anything like the leaves, we're on to a winner, because the leaves themselves we've been snacking on every day when we were out here working in the garden. So let me try one of the leaves now. So there's a leaf. You can see it's heart shape, and always check the back for insects. Oh, really crisp and slightly mucilaginous, but it's nice. It's a really nice flavour. I can't really describe it any other way other than spinach. It's very similar to spinach. And you say, why would I bother growing Madeira vine when I can just grow spinach? Well, it takes up much less space, and you can see you should see how many leaves it has produced, and we've been eating them too. And it produces tubers too. So in a very small space, because it's a climber. So you can you can probably plant it outdoors fine, but we know that in the greenhouse it'll do very well. So we're going to continue planting it in the greenhouse year after year in order to get a leaf crop off it. And takes up very little space, probably only about maybe a meter to 1.5 meters of a 80 centimeter wide bed, and that's it. Alright, thanks very much for watching the video, and if you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate it very much. Consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet, and thanks for supporting our channel and everything we do. And if you're interested in tubers, edible perennial tubers that you can plant in your own garden, please take a look at our website. I'll put a link just here, and please bear in mind that we do not ship outside of Europe because of just for freshness of the tubers.